Is that an Alpha Naytiba? Let's join them.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. These are the three potential endings of Stellar Blade. Well, it's more so the good, the sad, and the neutral, but I can't reference the greatest western ever made with that. This video is going to spoil the entire plot of Stellar Blade. This is your warning. If you wish to avoid spoilers, bookmark this video and come back when you're done. There's a lot of debate on what ending is canon, what ending should be canon. Most players agree that taking Adam's hand is the true ending, and it's morally good. I do not. From my point of view, refusing Adam, the ending many consider to be bad, is actually the best ending. Adam is not a good person. His mistakes are far too immense for atonement. If you haven't read every document, memory stick, character bio, etc., you may be wondering how I drew this conclusion. Adam, the Elder Naytiba, is Raphael Marks, the creator of Mothersphere and the Naytibas. Let's take a look at some documents that paint the picture of just who Raphael Marks truly is. From Book of Quotes 1 and 2, our innovation is for the betterment of humanity, and the betterment of humanity is our way to innovation. We would not be born in this world if not for lies. What we know as truth is not always true. A society where only truth exists will inevitably collapse. The Protection Exospine description reads, in the fall of 2050, at the ADOS keynote, CEO Raphael Marks introduced the latest Exospine module and praised himself. In the Raphael Space Center, a document can be found which states, this center is a gateway to space, built to commemorate the father of technological innovation and space development, Raphael Marks. All of our employees strive to provide an experience worthy of his name. From The Truth, Articles 1 through 5, ADOS, Orca, Tetrastar. For clarification, Raphael Marks owns all three companies. Continuing. 3 mega-company cartels monopolizing personal information and big data. The advent of a dystopia in which companies dominate politics, society, and the economy. The plan to control the media. The Raphael Report, led by CEO Raphael Marks. Are the journalists who kept quiet about the ADOS company on the list? Did they yield to the threats? The shocking brutality of the Legion, the private military contractor under Orca Aerospace Company. Planned conflicts occurring in the Third World, in-depth coverage of the PMC's cruel ethnic cleansing. Mother Sphere develops her own AI. Who's responsible? Another AI engineer? No, they were all fired. Are we really safe with an AI without safeguards? ADOS Company's top-secret project, the Human Instrumentality Plan. The plan categorizes humans by ranks, manages and improves them, based on data collected from Mothersphere. Aspirations to conquer the world under the guise of innovation. Raphael Marks ruled the world under the iron fist of his autocratic corporate monopoly. He controlled the media, had his private military eliminate any opposition, and only sought to help humanity insofar that he could continue to control it. He lies to and manipulates Eve the entire game. He placed the legacies in specific locations.
Even the legacies I left behind became part of the plan.
Such as the one outside Tacky's boss arena. But this is the only one he tells Eve not to open yet.
Eve, look at this.
This is a second Airborne Squad legacy.
Let's check it out. Maybe we'll be able to finally solve the mystery of that last legacy.
Wait, hold on a minute. Playing it here could provoke the other Naytibas. Don't worry, we'll still have time to check the legacy after retrieving the Alpha Core.
Playing it here could provoke the other Naytibas. What? There are no other Naytibas. Eve killed all of them. The only one left in the area is the Alpha. He wanted Eve to have to kill Tacky, the most important person in the world to her, before learning the origin of Mothersphere. With her faith beginning to falter, Eve certainly would have been reluctant to fight Tacky. Maybe she would have looked for a cure, or some kind of alternative, but no. Adam needed her determined to kill. He turned her into an alpha and directed Eve to kill her as some kind of forced progression that is reprehensible. They were just friends.
My Eve.
Yeah, that's how I am with all of my just friends. Anyway, next they're going to ask how Adam could have turned Tacky into an alpha. Orcal tells us it was.
A Naytiba bearing black wings.
You think he wouldn't lie to cover for his good friend? As for when he could have even done it, Eve is unconscious for an indeterminate amount of time after being saved the day before. I'll cover why only the Elder can create alphas later. Right now, I want to put Adam's lies and deception in the spotlight.
A supply camp? In a place like this?
Supply camp? What's that?
About yesterday. Thank you for saving me.
It's nothing, really. Though I have used up almost all of the exospine materials that I collected over the years.
Oh.
It's alright. That now means we can help each other. And, well, I'd have trouble making it out here by myself anyway.
Adam, do you meet airborne squad members from the colony often?
No, not really. Yesterday I just happened to be around the area.
Why did you save me?
I'm not really sure. It just felt right. Like I was meant to. I can't believe this.
This is the Alpha Naytiba. You can tell by looking at its core.
An Alpha Core. If she were... If you do, I promise Orcal and I will do everything we can to help you on your mission. It's about joining forces and helping each other, just like we did before. Sound good?
Adam has told me all about you.
Well, there are still some issues with the tetrapod steering system. So I'm afraid we're not able to leave just yet.
Then when will you be ready?
Unfortunately, it's going to take longer than a day. You should head back. I'll have the pod waiting for you once you go outside.
Huh? Wait.
A legacy? What's that?
Huh? That sound and the negative pattern from the Alpha Core match.
What the hell? What exactly's happening down there?
That sound. It might be a survivor from the airborne squad.
All right, Lily. I'll hurry.
Lily, I need this communication line. Look, there's something hanging in the air. Looks like a human. I think they're alive.
I will find it, and I will make it pay.
That's the kind of mistake you can't make twice.
What? What did you say?
That's the kind of mistake you can't make twice.
Usually, things only exist because people make them. Like us. The grace of Mother Sphere is a fiction. At least for the humans left here. Maybe you too will come to feel this way.
What? Something is strange about this. Who or what could have done this?
Probably a Naytiba. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Guess it doesn't really matter either way. Well, whatever they were thinking, not everything is black and white. It's all open to interpretation. It's hard to imagine someone in their right mind saying that. It's all mumbo-jumbo. Doesn't your airborne squad use this recording device?
You're right. Let me check. This is no good. The data's corrupted.
Yeah? And here I thought we'd found something useful.
I also found a legacy. It's almost like it was planted here for us to see.
I'm getting more and more curious. Let's investigate.
At the end of the orbit elevator? You mean in space?
Yes, in space. Orbit Elevator 4 was operating fine until recently. I'm even want to believe a human being was capable of this.
See, back then, they didn't like water. But I think they've evolved now.
At this point, it wouldn't be strange for Naytibas to live underwater.
Let's get back on the road.
Adam, are you listening to me?
Oh, sorry. I got a message from Zion.
Is everything all right?
Liar!
When I said he manipulates and lies to Eve the entire game, I was not exaggerating. And this isn't even every example. You might be in the camp of, oh, he was just trying to save humanity, just trying to fix his mistake. Okay, let's read how he went about doing that. Scattered through the Levoires are data logs from Raffi, another AI created by Raphael Marks, this one named after himself. We only see Raffi's replies in the logs, but we can postulate Raphael's half of the exchange. Booting complete. Enter admin ID. Raphael, confirmed. I am the central computer for the Humanity Liberation Front. Liberate humanity from the oppression of the machines. Conducting experiments to revolutionize humanity. I answer to admin commands. After booting up his new AI made to conduct experiments on humans, Raphael programs Raffi to obey his commands, whatever they may be. You can lose 40% of your body and still survive. Would you like to observe the test subjects? It is necessary to improve the process of producing test subjects to allow for total control. It is contagious and random. Understood. Safety is the second priority. The first priority is attack power and defense power. Proceed with gene reamalgamation. Following admin commands, Raffi has done experiments we can only imagine. Raphael commands him to further the experiments, with disregard for safety protocols. The test subjects are still unstable. The final combination is... Understood. It's nothing. I understand. Victory for the Humanity Liberation Front is of utmost priority. It has a cost. Raffi tries to warn Raphael that his project will be disastrous. Raphael commands him to proceed regardless. Entering final sequence. Commencing full combination and assembly. Test subjects are weapons. Weapons are test subjects. Test subjects are humans. Humans means humanity. Humanity means victory. We will annihilate Mothersphere. We will annihilate Mothersphere. For humanity. For life. From machine domination to freedom won with blood. Raffi, utterly corrupted by Raphael's warped ideology, goes rampant and puts Naytibas into mass production, hammering in the final nail of mankind's coffin. Whether Raphael became a willing test subject or not is unknown. The game doesn't know. I'm not even sure the writers or the game director know. I digress. With his powers of creation, he continued manufacturing his abominations, perpetuating the slaughter. Now, with the ability to use Andro-Eidos to fight Andro-Eidos, the Elder has the power to create Alpha Naytibas. Orcal was the first Alpha Naytiba, and the first failure. Instead of waiting for the failure to meet his fate, the Elder Naytiba blessed him with a second chance. Since then, Orcal has been the Elder's close friend and has prepared the Cradle for its day to come. Put a pin in that. I'll have more to say about the Cradle. From the questline tracking down Francis's brother, Felix, we learn of how Raven became an Alpha as well. I saw the true God. I saw Raven is kneeling and transforming into the true appearance of an angel. They saw me, they saw me, they saw me. The true God, they said there shall be another light. The Raven is their disciple. Francis, it's over for me. I miss you. Felix witnesses Raven get turned into an Alpha Naytiba. Then the Elder tells him there will be a more important angel. Raven is just his pawn, before presumably murdering Felix for seeing something he shouldn't have. The Demogorgon is a mass of corpses, both Andro-Eidos and Naytiba. Adam happens to possess the knowledge that the Spire was operating fine until recently.
Orbit Elevator 4 was operating fine until recently.
It has served zero purpose since the conclusion of the final war. Lily is surprised that it had been used such a short time ago.
It is operational, right?
According to the records, the last trip was 173 days ago. However, I cannot find out who exactly was on it.
Why would Adam know it was still operational up through 6 months ago, unless he, I don't know, took a ride up to space and jammed an alpha core into that monstrosity? Lastly, we have Gygas. Not much at all is known about Gygas, however there is one thing quite interesting about it. Gygas has the exact same marble with gold accent appearance as the true form Elder. You expect me to believe it's sheer coincidence that Gygas has the exact same aesthetic as the Elder? Horse shit. This is why I believe only the Elder can create alphas, and Taki is his doing, not Raven's. From what I've gathered, there are only 5 alpha Naytibas, and 4 alpha cores are needed to forge the master core to unlock the nest. Orcal suppressed his Naytiba side.
After sealing the power of the Alpha, I gathered all the survivors I could and built Zion. I tried to conceal my identity for as long as I possibly could, but Raven had to be stopped.
Again, I have no answer as to how. Nevertheless, he's our friend, so his alpha core was a last resort. The first core we collect is from Gygas, who just so happened to be near the area of the first hypercell. Then there's Taki, who was deliberately set up to be killed by Eve. Third, we go from what is presumed to be somewhere around the Middle East, all the way to Australia and up into space for a core. The length we go to for the third core is what leads me to believe there are only 5, and had everything gone to plan, the fourth would be the core of the unidentified Naytiba with black wings. The most devout worshipper of the Elder, targeted for death by her own god. Yes, we yoink her core anyway and that doesn't outright kill her. Why is she unique in this regard? I don't know. There is nothing in the game to suggest why. Every possible solution is conjecture. Having to guess, Eve destroys Gygas' head, removing its core, and with its animal-like behavior, I'm inclined to believe the core is essentially its brain. Removal is death. The Demogorgon was a mass of corpses that were obliterated by an overcharged railgun. Taki wasn't looking so good last we saw her. Well, she was looking fine, but... Orcal was probably only able to survive for so long because his alpha core was keeping him alive. Raven is the only alpha with no prior mortal wound or dependency on her core. And when Raven destroys Zion out of jealousy, Adam does absolutely nothing to stop her. He lets it happen. Countless civilians murdered, the Sentinels, his close friend Orcal, he let them all die. Even when the truth is revealed, it is littered with more duplicity. First off, this man does not deserve forgiveness. All the evil he has conjured, all the wickedness he has produced. Death is the only salvation befitting this irreverent degenerate. And he asks Eve for atonement, a being he considers to be nothing more than an advanced body.
An Andro Eidos, with the most advanced unicinous hyperbody ever seen.
You ask God or a priest for atonement. Adam blasphemously thinks he is God, and he wants to use the hyperbody so he can create Humanity 3 in his image. If the extinction of humanity and the abhorrent destruction of its remnants weren't damning enough, here he is committing the ultimate sin.
First, I'm sorry for what happened between you and Raven.
I'm deeply sorry.
Adam claims humans were too immature to accept androids as equals, and clearly having not learned from the mistakes of the past, immediately uses the same kind of language that caused the war in the first place by saying they can never succeed humanity.
Right from the start, we struggled to coexist. We were not yet mature enough to fully accept your kind. This foolishness resulted in tragedy. Earth is too small for both our species to coexist. However, even if all the Naytibas disappear, it's impossible for your kind to succeed the human race. After all, you were created entirely from scratch, with no human DNA at all.
Because they lack human DNA? All throughout the story, we see the androids are capable of love.
I mean it. Never again.
Hate.
All this talk of you being the chosen one, it ends here.
compassion.
There isn't an easy way to say this, so take this.
Oh, this is a memory stick. That means...
Yes. I took out a Naytiba called Behemoth, and retrieved it from the area. Please consider her death avenged.
Sacrifice.
I barely made it, but I managed to get the parts for Enya's legs. Though it was pointless. I wasn't strong enough to get back.
Murder.
They didn't just drown. All those people. They were slaughtered. This plaza was flooded on purpose. They did it to cover up a crime.
Lies. Theft. Etc.
The looters took my sister! Please save my younger sister!
There are many treasures, but none more precious than the materials inside your bodies.
These are black market merchants. I didn't think they'd approach airborne squad members.
This can't be.
They are no less human than you or I.
You think you're the one to end this gruesome slaughter?
Yes. I've been researching for decades to find a way. A way for us all to become the inheritors of the human race. An Andro Eidos, with the most advanced unicinous hyperbody ever seen. And the ultimate Naytiba that has not succumbed to its hostile instincts. These are the two necessary ingredients.
This is more doublespeak, trying to get Eve to believe that his way is the only way. Spare me. His track record of abject failures, trusting him to get it right this time, is a monumental mistake. As an aside, how do you hear this line?
An Andro Eidos, with the most advanced unicinous hyperbody ever seen. And the ultimate Naytiba that has not succumbed to its hostile instincts.
And it doesn't raise every red flag. The ultimate Naytiba wants to fuse with the hyperbody. I cringe out of my flesh every time I hear it. Back to that bit about the Cradle. It didn't click until recording for this video. I passed off all the documents about the false prophet Orcal, Zion being a prison, the atrocities of the Royal Guard as background lore. Irrelevant. I mean, it was all bullshit anyway, right? Orcal's our friend. Matthew's memory reads, "Nobody believes my words. We are being deceived by a false prophet. The Cradle isn't owned by humans. It's owned by the Naytibas. They're trying to turn us into Naytibas." Remember Orcal's bio. Orcal has been the Elder's close friend and has prepared the Cradle for its day to come. From The Truth Under the City of Zion. The Royal Guards are transporting Naytiba blood through the Great Desert. They claim it's strictly for research purposes. We have obtained multiple pieces of evidence that there are living Naytibas under the City of Zion. The Cradle, blood, Naytibas. What's the truth behind all this? The guards are hunting us down. They call us traitors, and they mean to track us down to the end of the world.
They didn't just drown. All those people. They were slaughtered.
The surface of this cut, it looks to me like it was made with a polymer plasma cutter.
This is the work of a master. It's so refined.
So, is this the work of an angel?
No. This isn't a weapon that we use. This seems to be the work of an elite soldier from Earth.
If the so-called traitors are just disinformed liars, why is there overwhelming evidence suggesting the Royal Guard hunts them down and butchers them? They would only be silenced if they're speaking the truth. There is not a doubt in my mind Orcal is using the denizens of Zion to aid the Elder's research.
I've been researching for decades to find a way.
How do you think he surmised that?
At this rate, Mother Sphere will do the same thing over and over again. I wouldn't be surprised if she even destroyed the colony, and thereby Earth. As you know, she will not stop.
Yet another pretense from the Serpent. Notes on the Eve Protocol 1 reads, "If Mother Sphere wants Naytibas out of the picture, dropping a few chunks from the moon will do the trick. You think she won't do it because we'll all die as well?" Following in Notes on the Eve Protocol 3, She isn't dropping another colony because those who are left on the surface still have roles to play in her plan. Mother Sphere will stop when the Elder Naytiba is destroyed.
But this is not the path that humans should take.
He is the absolute last entity in existence who should be making that call.
But there's no proof that this fusion is the right path to take.
Especially considering everything you've done.
Lily makes a great point here. But if you take his hand, you see that Adam was right and he saves everybody. No, you don't. All you see is Eve become the new Elder. Does she create this new inherited humanity? No. She goes back to Zion to stand atop a globe and be worshipped because now she's fused with a megalomaniac.
My wish to save the new humans and surviving humans is sincere.
Liar!
One erroneous argument I've seen innumerable times is that to refuse Adam is to be ignorant of everything you've learned, and that Eve is blindly following Mother Sphere's orders. On the contrary, to accept his offers to be ignorant of everything you've learned. He is the root cause of everything wrong. Regardless of that, Eve is choosing to end him of her own volition.
No matter how much blood has stained Mother Sphere's hands, and no matter how heavy your burden is to save the surviving humans, I don't want to be controlled by those things anymore. I want to make my own decisions, as nobody else but myself. All decisions. Even the decision to bring you down.
Eve. With this, the history of humans is over. Your will, your actions, your decisions.
You're solely responsible for this.
With his dying breath, he gaslights Eve, telling her she's the reason humanity is extinct.
You don't know anything. You don't know his pain, his anger, his agony.
All this alleged agony and guilt, yet he refuses to accept responsibility for his actions. Humanity has been gone for decades, and he is the culprit. One last thing to add before I wrap this up, which ties in with the aforementioned baseless argument. Many believe that when Eve and Lily go back to the colony, either their memories will be wiped or Mother Sphere will destroy them. First, Eve just killed Satan and literally about 2,000 of his demons over the course of a couple days. Even if Mother Sphere actually was intending to kill Eve, I wish her luck. She is going to need it. Second, the only evidence to suggest that might happen are the claims of Raven.
Do you think you're just going to complete your mission and head back to the colony? A hero? Unfortunately, you've learned too much. You can't be manipulated anymore. And the information you've gained is no use to Mother Sphere or the colony. You will be discarded just like they were during the colony extinction. Like trash!
Raven, Mother Sphere's biggest hater, who is mentally ill. You're gonna take her word as gospel. Okay. Furthermore, Eve isn't just going right back to Mother Sphere. She has questions, and she's gonna get answers. By force, if necessary.
But we still have things to do.
First, let's pay Mother Sphere a visit. We have a few questions for her, remember?
This is not a soldier following orders. Eve is acting independently. In conclusion, built on his society of lies, corporate greed led the creator of Naytibas to the extinction of humanity. I want us to heal, proceeds to perpetuate war. He didn't care that all humanity was lost in their endeavor for survival. He didn't stop and think, maybe I should use my powers of creation to produce something other than bioorganic weapons. No, no, no. This dumpster fire of a character wants to play God for a third time. He is the devil of this story. The fallen angel who masquerades as benevolent and leaves pieces of forbidden fruit for Eve to consume so that she will stray from her god, also happens to be the father of what are essentially demons. Mother Sphere does not have to be the good guy for Adam to be the bad guy. How the majority of players think siding with Satan is the good ending is fucking insane. Thank you for watching to the end. I realize a good deal of people watching this probably aren't religious and aren't even aware just how many biblical references Stellar Blade makes. To be honest, I'm not either. I did a lot of research for this video to get a better understanding of it all. If you still think Adam is not the villain, I'm sure you've already left an elaborately constructed comment that has absolutely nothing to do with his appearance. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, comment, share it, that all pleases the YouTube gods. I have more Stellar Blade content following this. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Thanks. I'll see you when I see you.